Take two. What if Deku was a villain part 14? So we basically left this off right when Endeavor came through. Deku basically started talking shit, right? He's like, oh, you showed up. Now we can really get this party started. And just so you know, there's nobody in the area. And Endeavor starts talking shit back. You better start talking, kid. But wait, hold up. Todoroki. You better talking, kid. Because just because you're a kid doesn't mean I'll hold back on you. Are you the one that hurt all these people here? And then Deku starts talking, and Endeavor's like, answer me. Are you the one that hurt? It's crazy. Because it's really interesting how you want to get all big and high and mighty. And Deku starts powering up and starts getting angry. Not for Todoroki, but for Dabi. And he's like, no. He wouldn't get angry for Dabi. Would he? Yeah. He might get angry for Dabi. He'd get angry for Dabi and Todoroki for the put through. And simply put, he's just like, you are a monster and you need to be put down like a dog. And so basically just start like talking shit. So tell me, do you think it was right the way you treated your child? Do you think that was okay? And then they would have that discussion on and on, back and forth. Sorry about the pause there, guys. I'm in the middle of a walk. So basically what I was trying to say was Deku would basically talk about the abuse that he put Todoroki through and the abuse that he put Dabi through. And then, he would briefly just be like, do you think that was right? Don't get me wrong. You might have should have explained it to Shoto. What you probably were just trying to protect him so he didn't end up with like his brother as he teleports. But tell me, what right do you have to create something single purpose? Boom! Just so you can surpass all. Boom! Indirectly! What type of monster does that? As he does this, hits him with a kick. Boom! You are an idiot! You never considered your own villains. And as this fight commences, and Deku's just giving him an ear, right? Just dogging on him, but not like deviously. After they, fight for a little bit, Endeavor's not fighting back. He's just not fighting back at max. But I have enough talking to do. Let's see how strong the number 2 hero is. And then you already know your boy's gonna be talking shit. Alright, so you already know Endeavor's gonna be talking shit, right? He's gonna be like, what? Just because you were able to go toe-to-toe with All Might, and the fact that you were able to go toe-to-toe with that unknown assailant, you think you can challenge me? Do you really? As he starts flaring up his flames and stuff, making it look like he's the personification of fire and stuff like that. And Deku would be like, of course I would. as he does this really cheeky smile. Of course, why wouldn't I be able to take someone down that's weaker than All Might? And then that's it. You can visibly see Endeavor he loses all self-control and all rational. And he just starts wailing on Deku something devious. And by this point, it is broadcasting, okay? Now this is going to make wonderful sense on how bad this is, right? So he basically just blows up. He makes Bakugo anger outbursts looks like a kid throwing a tantrum, okay? So he just, boom, how dare you say that? You will pay for everything you did. And then, Deku starts getting dogged on deviously, right? Boo, 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 boo. And I mean flames everywhere. Boom, boom. He's just getting hit with these onslaughts of flame punches, flame kicks, flame axe hands. Boom, 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 boo, 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 boo. They start getting harder and faster. Pause. And it just starts getting this unholy assault of fists and kicks and punches. And it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter until Endeavor cocks back both of his hands. And I have to name up a move, but I'll just say he says something like, concentrated, burn, Boom. And then for a brief moment, you see blue flames appear. Boom. And then you just see like a husk where Deku was. It's like, you won't be able to talk all that shit now, brat. As Endeavor is shocked as he turns around. Oh, Endeavor, you just sold yourself. If you were able to pay attention and realize why I did this, you would realize that there's nobody in, danger reach from your rage. Also, that there's been news people here this whole time. Endeavor, what would that have to do? As Deku's partially regenerating? Think about it, dummy. You went all out against a brat, a kid, someone that's you're weaker. How do you think that's really gonna look? And then on top of that, you lost? Oh, sweet God. I'm gonna have to thank Tolga for her blood. As he takes a couple of bites of these like weird red beads, and all you hear is crunch, crunch, and you see his wounds healing. Oh, yes! As Deku flares his ki and his hair goes up a little bit, but with his clothes visibly burnt. Like, as I said, he's got that, like, slab coat kind of deal on. And you can see, like, his legs, where his leg is at, like, left leg is kind of burnt. And, like, one of his sleeves are, like, partially burnt. But Deku just looks at Endeavor and just shakes his head and be like, this next part is fun. I do want y'all to note that Deku didn't really get a data boost, which is basically like a Zenkai but slightly different, but I'll explain that later if need be. But it's more of the fact that he just wanted to see this happen. So, and he didn't get fully healed neither. And on top of this, he is still not fully healed from his fight with All Might. But that will be future point later. So Deku takes his stance. And he's like, hey, let's go for round 2. And he's like, huh. Basically, then this is where another fight begins, right? They start throwing some good hands. Cool. Boom. And then if it was animated, you would see it how he's doing stuff similar to how he did when he was fighting All Might, or All Might and All for One, but it's slightly adjusted. Boom. He's hitting like these big hits on Endeavor. Boo. Beep, boom, boom, hit him with a drop kick right in his solar plexus. Boom, gets back up. Boom, hit him with a right kick. 3 kicks to the noggin. Boom, axe kick. Boom, turn around, hit him with a spin elbow. Like Deku's hitting with all these big body DV ass combos, my nigga. Endeavor don't know what to do, bro. He getting shook. There's no way this nigga got hands like this. He's like, and Endeavor's like, all right, it's enough playing around. I'll take this seriously now. As in Deku just, for some reason he snaps and he's like, oh, you must have gotten it mistaken. As he snaps and he says, you're not the one playing with anyone. As he literally pulls up on Endeavor, looking this nigga down, bro, like he's some type of bitch, right? Looking at this nigga, staring at him. I mean, like he's looking over this nigga with like a smile mask on. And he's like, you're not the one playing with anyone. I'll thrash you. And then this is where Deku just starts dogging on Endeavor, bro. I mean, just straight beating down this nigga, bro. Pause for what this is about to say because it's sus as fuck. But just start beating this nigga cheeks in recklessly, bro. Just beat, boom, boom. All this shit that nigga was trying to hit him with, he's doing it but 2 times harder, bro. This nigga arms are getting broken, bro. This nigga's getting like just mutilated, bro. He's just getting fucked, bro, in like the worst type of sense possible. This nigga is getting killed, bro. Deku's just having fun at this point. It's worse than what he did to Todoroki in the other part, bro. What was it? Then like part of 8 or 7, I think it was, bro. It's worse than that, bro. He made that look like paradise, bro. He just started hitting this nigga with all these like heavy ass, strong ass moves, bro. He, you need to learn your place. Boom, you are an insect to me. He just start talking shit. Boom, tell me, did you really like what you did? Boom, you drove your kids to villainy. Boom, 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 boom. And like as he's punching Endeavor, he starts punching Endeavor upwards, like, but he's like aiming it down. So he starts punching Endeavor upwards, bro, on some like Rock Lee Kikagara upflow. Boom, 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 boom. And then he starts punching him one way, and like all you see is his arms and Endeavor just over there. It's similar to how like Natsu was fighting Gajio and how he was dogging on that nigga. This is what that shit started to look like. He's like, you're fucking stupid. You did all this training for what? You're still weaker than all my. Now he hit him with some kicks. Your kids don't even love you. You think one of them is dead. And your prized possession is gone. Boom! Look at you! Boom, 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 as he hits the ground. Endeavor battered and bruised and beat it. Deku was screaming, but it's kind of hard to hear someone speak when you literally are hearing bones get cracked and tissue getting violated, alright? Pause for all y'all niggas out there. So, let's see where I'm at. I'm about 10 minutes. Alright, so basically, that shit happened, right? Endeavor just got fucked up, okay? And he's on the ground, just he's still able to stand. Deku just walking over to him, and then Endeavor pulls out all the stumps, blasts at him with maximum fire, all at his feet. Headbutts Deku. Deku just grabs. Well, no. What he does is he blocks it with his forearm, right? Boom. Takes a stance like he's about to counter, and then in this brief moment, Endeavor just shoots over Deku's head. Boom, knees in the back, and then starts hitting him with a couple of combos, and then like how Goku did Raditz, grabs that nigga in a full Nelson. He's like, he's not as malicious as this. It would probably be more like, you are getting way too cocky, kid. You might be strong, but you're still green behind the ears. I was just waiting for an opportunity. Even though he's bluffing, but Deku just let him have it. He's like, I was just waiting for an opportunity. I was saving this for, I was saving this for All Might. But I guess I'll use it for you. He starts like blowing up, right? And not blowing up, but all you hear is prolific burn. I think that's his ultimate move. And he's like, as you said, there's no one in this area. So that means no one's gonna die but you. He's like, I'm gonna show you the true power of a hero. No, I think he would say number 2 hero. And then basically the prolific burn would happen. So, boosh. I don't know what that last part was. And like, it's just like this massive explosion, almost reminiscent to how Sasuke almost died to that nigga, it is an explosion nigga, but like a lot bigger, or worse than what it was in, you know, canon. Like, it's big body. Like, damn, the media almost was confused. Like the camera crew that was, you know, filming this shit was like, what the fuck? And then, as like the dust settles, and Endeavor's just standing up, you know, he looks normal now because he don't have flames. And Deku on the ground, well, you see his like lab coat burnt, and you know his whole crew shook. Bakugo, Todoroki, it's almost like it's in reverse how it was in canon, but like Endeavor's the Nomu. And you just see Deku crip walking on this nigga on some Sasuke versus Danzo flow right behind him, like, damn, that was pretty cool. Huh? And Endeavor turns around with that same energy, like, what? How is he still standing? And then Endeavor tries to run away, and Deku's like, oh, my boy. Let's see here. He pulls up, and he jumps, but he's already behind Endeavor. So he jumps. He cocks back his right arm as he's holding his elbow. And I mean, with the most intensity that I can describe through words without a visual representation, he literally just jumps in front of Endeavor, but like from behind, as he's in midair, and swats at this nigga. But not any type of swat. I mean, he hits him with his elbow first, and then as his elbow is fully extending, he basically cocks back, hit him with his forearm, and then proceeds to cock back further, and then just hits this nigga with one of those get off me, but with his backhand, balled up. And just, I mean, and this all happens almost simultaneously, okay? And so, Endeavor, as all of this is happening, all Deku says is one: you'll never be good as All Might. Boom. You did all that work to make a perfect prodigy that will surpass All Might, and look at you, all alone and lifeless, right into the solar plex, down to the ground. You had a kid that was stronger than you, but you didn't let him train because he was hurting himself. But if you taught him how to train, maybe find him some support items, maybe you could have made it better. You want to know something? A random person you don't know. And he explains Bakugo's origin story real quick. He was my childhood bully, but we'll talk about that later. But no one else can really hear it. They just see that Deku's all over Endeavor. And he's like, he had a kid, and guess what? That kid had the perfect representation of their quirks. Of the mother and mom. They're talking about Deku's talking about Bakugo's parents, and mainly talking about the dad and how he had a perfect kid. So it's almost like he's living your dream without you even knowing it, as Deku steps on him. And I want you to know something. As like Deku starts to no. He would look at Endeavor and just say, you're worthless as an individual. You may be strong as a hero, but I want you to know something. Anyone that threatens my family will suffer. But don't worry, you'll suffer far more than what I'm doing to you. This is only a taste of what's to come. As Endeavor basically lets Deku walk away, Endeavor gets up. He's like, do you really think I'm gonna let you escape? Deku, with like literally nanoseconds, time stops. Everything is slowed down. All you hear is classical music playing through for a brief moment. You swear that time has slowed down. Deku turns around with his right hand and slices Endeavor in his, I want to say right eye, similar to what happened to Canon. And then slices that eye. It's basically how the Nomu did it, but worse. Not worse, but just same thing. And then as this still is all happening within like less than like 2 seconds, Deku turns around, barely kicks him, hits him in the chin, turns back around and walks a little bit further before time happens, and then Endeavor hits air, realizes his eye's been cut, realizes he can't move his legs, and he's down on the ground. Deku flies up to the helicopter and looks at it. This world is a hypocrite. One could use their quirk and it'll be okay because they're a hero. But if another person uses the quirk without the license, they're considered a villain. If I tried to help someone, this would be a flashback to the sludge villain. If I tried to help somebody while they're in danger, while they need help, without the license, I would be considered a villain and scolded for doing something so reckless. But I should probably let that person die instead, don't you think? I think we should be more liberated. And right now, as in the present moment, at the time of this being recorded, I'll be considered a traitor, or a traitor, a terrorist, a villain, if you may, a vigilante, if you may, whatever you want to call it. But in the near future, this will be seen as brave, heroic justice. It's all about the POV, because no one's voting for the villain unless the villain wins, and no one cares about the hero unless the hero wins. So this is a message to all of you individuals. He might name drop a couple people, I digress. If you want a place to be yourself, use your quirks, be you, cool. Simply put, yes, there will be times that we kill, and I do have certain missions that may require some blood. As he would say this, he would think of Toga. I know she got excited hearing that. But you can be yourself here, regardless if you look like a villain or have a villainous quirk. Any and everyone is accepted here. Quirks are not something that should be feared, but at the same time, We can't just rely on one person to be the peace or be the darkness, because at any point in time that one person can die. All for one and all might. This is a declare damn dyslexia. This is a declaration of war. Simply put, by the time we meet again, you'll be begging for me to be your successors, and you know what I mean. But until then, just remember, always smile. And then Deku would point to his mask. And oh, by the way, if any of you heroes or wannabe heroes try to act like you're an ally of mine and turn out to be a traitor, Deku releases so much killing intent that it actually leaps through the TV to wherever it's being broadcast. Simply put, I'll have you wishing you never existed. Goodbye. And basically he would make it look like he killed the camera crew, but in retrospect all he did was shoot the camera, and the camera crew dude would be looking at his hands like, damn, that's crazy. And the plane got destroyed, but he would he would walk them down to the ground or fly them down to the ground, and then we'd ask them, like, in a very kind, calming manner too, so hey guys, are y'all okay? Y'all good? Okay, sorry about that. As Deku begins to walk off, and they're like, sir? He's like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, could I possibly join your crew or your league of Vaillan? And as before he could utter the words, we're known as Smile, good sir. And Deku's mask is broken at this point. It eventually just couldn't take no more heat. He's like, it's called Smile. Would you like to join? He's like, yes, please. I have my family. He's like, no, your family's no more now. If you join, they will not exist too. Simply put, any financial issues you did have prior will be resolved. Just, give me help and I finish helping you. And with this, he's like, yes, please. Alright, simple. I'm gonna need something from you. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. And he tells the other camera woman or somebody the same snitch. And he's like, alright, very well then. We'll meet very soon. Just remember, as Deku turns around as the camera begins to fade out black, as you only can see one eye that's glowing predominantly red but with a hint of green, like Christmas, he says, I kill traitors. Keep that in mind.